Hello, loves. This is M. Rain, founder of Magical Mystic Divinity Academy, Dimensions Lounge, owner of Embark Entertainment, author, TV personality, mentor to millions. Okay, listen, guys. I want to talk about three things that you need to know about success, and they're not talked about very often, but there's never been a time when it's more needed than right now. The first thing is having your own identity. In a time like today, the pressure, the social pressure. I am a Gen Xer. I'm so glad that I grew up in a time where peer pressure was at a minimum. We had not yet been connected all over the world with a lot of people saying any and everything that they want to through social media. And so I got to grow up with dealing with just my community. You know what I mean? Like most of us is Gen X and before. But now in the age of social media, there is always this pressure. There's pressure to change your body, pressure to change your face, pressure to change your voice, pressure to change your wardrobe, pressure to change what you drive, where you live, and all of these things. There's so much pressure that many of us don't even realize how we've already given in and designed the life that we currently live based upon what we believe is acceptable, socially acceptable. And listen, I'm not trying to make rebels here. There's nothing wrong with your life blending into society if that life that you're living feels good to you. But let me just tell you, success is personal. Success is extremely personal, right? So you can tick all the boxes according to what someone else has said and find yourself very unfulfilled. On the other hand, what it takes to make you feel fulfilled may be way less than what other people say, and sometimes it may be much more. There's this, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And I was trying to figure out another word other than damn, but you know what I mean. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't thing out here. You don't need to be too ambitious and too this and too that and too materialistic and too money hungry. And over here, you don't need to be too lazy, too this, too that. And yet nobody tells you what that middle is, because nobody can define the middle, because the middle is personal, right? And so in the time that I have been who I am, I have faced all sorts of pressures, right? You need to do this. You need to do that. You got to do this to look this part. You got to do this to be accepted by these people. Everybody's always trying to help me to present a face that most people will accept. But that's not success to me, especially if that face is not true. So having your own identity and being fully in love with whatever that identity is just super important. That's the first step to success. The next thing is you need your own money. I don't care what nobody tell you today, tomorrow, or 100 years from now. You need your own money. You do. Because one of the things that happens when we have our own money is that we buy ourselves the freedom to have an opinion and to go a different way. It is really difficult to have a whole bunch of opinions when you're living in the house with somebody else, in their house, depending on them to help you. It is really difficult to go your own way when you don't own anything to go in. You understand? And nobody wants to talk about this because everybody thinks that empowerment is just making everybody feel like they're great in whatever state that they're in. And we all know that that's not true. It matters what you have access to and what you have ownership of or stewardship of, okay? It matters that you can afford to feed yourself, house yourself, clothe yourself. When you can do at least the bare minimum for yourself, you find that you're less likely to be victimized, abused, especially over a long period of time, because you have the option to remove yourself from anything that's not beneficial and healthy for you. So success is also financial independence. Okay. And it's great to be financial independent and married into money, or, your family have money or whatever the case may be. But no matter who got money around you, until you get it, it's not yours. Build your own. And let me tell you this. This is just sidebar. I see a lot of people who talk about soft life as if work is ghetto or work is unnecessary. Work is so last year, so last generation, or whatever. Work is activity. And technically, it's activity that pays you money. How is that ghetto, so last year, so last generation, right? Soft life don't mean that there is not activity of the body. There must always be activity of the body. Soft life means that the activity you have in your body feels good to your soul. Soft life is about you choosing your career path, you choosing what you want to do, how you want to exchange your time or your energy for money versus having to being forced to work at fast food or being forced to work at other jobs that you may not like. And for that matter, being forced to work at a doctor's office. And that, by most people's standards, that's a great job, but that may not be where you want to be. So soft life is about you feeling good with the activity of your body. I'm not afraid to work hard or to grind. And of course, me being Gen X, you expect me to say that, right? But I'm not afraid of it because it just don't feel like working hard or grinding. I'm gonna give you guys this, and this is no lie. So every day I get up and I run Magical Mystic, which has a physical store and the online store, which serves people all around the world. We ship internationally daily, okay? So I run Magical Mystic, I run Divinity Academy, I run the Legacy Builders Academy, I operate Moments of Mindfulness, I do Embark Entertainment, I am building out Dimensions Lounge every day. Plus I write, plus I study, plus I do ritual, plus I mentor and teach, okay? Every day. And I'm a wife and a mother and a grandmother who's active with her family. And with all of that, sure, I forget some stuff. Okay, we ain't gonna start lying to people. Okay, sure, I forget some stuff. However, I feel fulfilled with all of these things because these are not things that were pushed upon me. These are things I get to do. These are things I get to experience. These are things people trust me with, and I want to do it. So even with that long list of all the things that I'm involved in and I do, and that's not even everything because I own real estate and it's just a whole lot, right? That's just part of it, the major part of it. And with all of that, my life feels amazing. There's never a day where there's not something to be proud of. That's soft to me. There's never a night where I lay down and I feel ashamed of who I am or like I'm not doing enough or like I would want more because I have all of that. That's soft life. I go to sleep easily and I wake up just as easy, okay? The thing that I want you guys to remember, the last thing about success is that when you base it upon material things, then it's definitely not permanent. Okay? It's not permanent. When you base it upon the relationships that you build and the connections that you make, then it won't be permanent. Not that you're going to build a lot of relationships that last, but some of them will be seasonal. And if your idea of success was being connected with this person or that person, and then that season ends, you're not going to feel successful anymore. You have to base it upon something more realistic to you. Rather you feel good with what is in front of you. Rather you have maximized your potential to the level that you want to maximize it. I might see 5 or 10 levels above where you're operating, but if where you're operating feels great for you, then you've maximized enough. If imagining going a step above or a step further brings you stress and causes you to start missing sleep and affects your body and your health and all of that, then that's a step too far. Just because you have the capability of doing it don't mean that that's something that you should be doing. I write grants. I'm the baddest grant writer, one of the baddest grant writers you're ever going to see. That's all I did for a while. That's how I fed my family. That's how I raised my son. That was how I was living from grant to grant. And so I got really good at it because I couldn't afford not to be funded if it was at all up to me. But I never loved it. And I finally was able to build out businesses, and notice nothing that I talked about involves grants because I don't want to do it. That's not the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. I'm just really great at it. It's okay to choose to do something else, even though you're really great at this and you've spent a lot of money training for it and you put a lot of time into it and everybody expects it from you. If it doesn't hit your heart and your spirit just right and there's something else you'd rather do, put yourself a plan together to work toward letting that be your new reality and your new income, okay? Plan it. Don't just run into it. Sometimes that works. I'm not going to act like it don't. Sometimes it works, okay? But plan for it. Make room for what you really want. And as you begin making room, it'll start showing up. That's the bottom line of manifestation. You have to have space for that which you're calling, and you have to be compatible to it. Okay? Now listen, I'm going to say this to you. I have not met a person yet that I cannot monetize. I monetize everybody. If we friends, if we married, if you're my child, my grandchildren, I'm already creating plans to monetize them. Not for my benefit. I'm talking about for their benefit. So not to say that I do it for strangers without pay. Okay, you get what I'm saying. I don't want to confuse nobody. My inbox start blowing up. But there's nobody that I've met that I can't monetize. So you may be listening to this and thinking to yourself, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I can do. Everybody's doing everything. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. That's another thing about your identity. Going back to number one, your identity is important. All that matters is if it's true for you, if it's real for you, if this is really what you want to do, then if it is, then that's okay. Okay, it won't matter who else is doing it. Your people will be your people. Your frequency is your frequency, and it won't matter if 1,000 people doing it. Nobody's doing it like you. That's okay, right? But if you have a skill, don't be afraid to use it. People are getting wealthier by cooking, by listening, by talking, by comedy that's not on a stage, is right on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, Facebook, social media, basically. People are getting wealthy from writing. People are getting wealthier from teaching about all sorts of things, from hair to nails to skin to clothes to jewelry. There's just no limit to what you can do. And on top of all that, okay, now you could just sell some more shit that other people done made. You know what I'm saying? Just because you like it. It's like, oh, I love these people's wigs. Let me sell that. Oh, I love these shirts. Oh, I love this design. This is nice. This is nice. You can get an affiliate for almost anything now. You can make money for helping other people build their business. Some of you are good at fault finding. Okay. I like to always close on something that's funny. So if they had a degree in fault finding, you would have a PhD. You can look at anything and tell what's wrong with it, but that's a marketable skill. Do you know how powerful it is for you to be able to help a person pinpoint their problem before they launch their business, before they launch whatever technology or whatever it is that they're launching? Do you know how powerful it is to be able to identify a problem area and then help them to mitigate what that problem is, giving them the solutions to plug that hole? All of us can't see every hole. It'd be looking real perfect to us, and somebody like you will say, oh, that's raggedy, right? And it's not to put anybody down. You get paid to find the problem and solve it before everybody else get their hands on it. Some people are big liars. Big liars. All they do is lie. All they do is lie. They lie about everything. They lie about their age, their health, who they saw yesterday, who all they done slept with, what they ate. You know what I'm saying? They lie, right? They good at making up stories. They good at creating tales. They done lied on everybody around them and all that kind of stuff. And somebody say, you can't monetize a lie. I'll be damned. Every fictional book you have read is basically somebody writing out a story. What's a story other than a lie? Some of you have a creative imagination. Use that. Write stories, write scripts. Dare to believe that you could write something that someone else will buy and create and make into a movie. If many more of us dare to do what's true for our soul, many more of us would find true and lasting success and be able to be so proud of yourself that it makes you cry sometimes. Sometimes when I look around and I think about where I come from versus where I am now, it is overwhelming still to this day, in a joyful way. That to me is success. That my son and my grandsons are all very proud of me. That's success. You know, they got to see these things happen. That I can look myself in the mirror every day and know that I didn't give up and it was worth it, that's success. Don't let people make you feel like your body has to be a size 2 for you to be successful. That you got to be snatched and your skin got to be bleached and you got to go natural or you got to be permed and straight. That you got to do anything. They don't get to decide that for you. Tune them out and tune deeper into yourself. Find your truth and start operating from it. I promise you, whatever comes from it will be better than all the money in the world. Sometimes the best way to success is to take a pay cut. Okay? It's a lot of things that I could make money doing I won't do because I don't want to do it. There are a lot of times I've turned down money because I didn't want to do it. And I could afford to do that. May you always and forever have the option to decide what's best for you because you can afford to do it. That, my loves, is success. I'm Emrain. Look me up online. It's emrain.com, magicalmystic.com for all your shopping, divinityacademy.com for all your classes, and the legacybuildersacademy.com for your money mentorship. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a great day.